Hey you guys, so today I wanted to do a look for you featuring the new Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. If you guys haven't picked it up already, you should. It's amazing. Anyways, let's jump right into it. Alright, so I already have my MAC paint pot down and my base shadow, just a shadow matching my skin tone as always. And I'm gonna go in first with Buon Fresco? This one. I'm going to be grabbing this on my Smith 230 brush, and I'm just going to be bringing it into that outer corner and crease as always. You can bring it about 1/3 of the way onto the lid as well. And I'm just going to be applying and then starting to blend out once I have less product on my brush. Oh my god, look at this. I can use my fingers to blend, guys. I literally can do anything with my fingers at this point. Then I'm going to be mixing this color here and this color, Antique Bronze and Cypress Umber. And I'm going to be using that on my little Samir Kuzami 21 brush. And I'm just basically sketching out a deeper crease. And then I'm bringing that out halfway across my lid, maybe a little bit more. And then down towards the lash line. I'm going to jump back to my Smith 230 brush. So whenever it comes to eyeshadow looks that are a little bit more detailed and you really want to create that depth and not have it get too muddy and have kind of still separate colors, if that makes sense, you want to apply the darkest color with a smaller brush, as small as you can go, and then get bigger with your brushes the more blending you're wanting to do. Smaller brush application, bigger brush for blending. Now I'm just going to line my eyes like normal. I'm going to be using my little Colourpop eyeliner in Swerve. And I'm just taking my little Smith 202 brush for this. I'm going to start sketching out that wing on the outer corner. Just basically going straight up from the lower lash line, and then once I bring it to a point, I can bring it back down to my lid and fill it in. Easy peasy, right guys? So I'm going to stop it right here, and I'm going to grab my Zoeva 231 brush, and I'm taking that color Antique Bronze, which was the slightly darker color we used. And I'm just starting to pat over this liner because I want it to be more of kind of like a smoky diffused liner with just the tip being defined. So I'm just basically patting over and then kind of bringing it across my lash line where we're going to apply the rest of the liner. Oh my god, look at this. I'm just patting away excess shadow with my finger. It's crazy. Back to my little liner brush. I'm going to bring it right into that inner corner. And across the lash line, and I'm keeping it pretty thin. I like to make my eyeliner super thick on the outer corner and then quite thin towards the inner corner, just so that it elongates my eyes, makes them look kind of more almond shaped. Anytime you mess up your eyeliner, like you get it bumpy or it goes up too high, I like to just actually grab my finger right above it and just drag down into the lash line. And sometimes you won't even, like that will just fix it. Sometimes not. Again, I'm just going to be pressing over top of that liner with the shadow. I know this seems really back and forth, because it is. And then I'm going to go back to my little Samir Kuzami brush and the darkest color again, Cypress Umber there. And I'm just going to really start to define that line in the crease. And we're going to make it pretty harsh. We're not going to blend it out a whole ton. And we can just drag that right into our liner. I'm not even really going to blend it out from there. I'm just going to keep it like that. I think it looks neat. And then I'm going to grab my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. And I'm going to extend that wing a little bit. And I'm also going to just redefine that outer edge. Then I'm going back to my little Smith liner brush. And just taking the product that's left on the brush and basically just fading it a little bit into the rest of the product on the eye. So it's just kind of like this almost like messy, smoky, diffused liner. See me trying to rationalize this? I'm like, it is what it is, guys. I'm just grabbing a brush with a little bit of concealer on it to clean up that outer edge. So I like to just lay my brush flat to my face like that, not trying to get a nice sharp point holding it perpendicular, but lay it flat to your face instead, right underneath the liner. And then once you kind of have your sharp line, you can just drag that liner away to blend it. Drag. And then if there's still a little bit of residual product, you can take your talonless finger and blend it away. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes, and keeping with this whole plan of attack to make our eye look more almond shaped, I want my lashes to be heavier on the outer corner. So I actually took one pair of lashes, which was House of Lashes in Noir Fairy, and I just cut a tiny little section like this off, which I'm gonna put on the outer corner first. Boop, just like that. And that is going to be the extra kind of weight on the outer corner. And in a perfect world, you'd let that dry, but I'm just gonna go right ahead and pop my other lash over top. This is the Flutter lashes in Karla, I think. Yeah. And I'm just going to pop that right over top. So I'm keeping it nice and light on that inner corner, but then that outer corner has some extra volume. While those lashes dry, I'm going to be applying some of this glitter. It's from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, and it is in the color beige, but really it's rose gold. They should have just named it rose gold. To adhere it, I'm going to be dipping my brush into some of this Lit Cosmetics clearly liquid glitter base. So basically you just dip your brush right in there and then dip your brush right into the glitter, apply it. And I'm just going to be dragging this right above our lashes just for a little fun pop of color. And I just like to take my finger and press down whenever I'm applying glitter just to make sure that it's actually adhered and it's not going to be kind of flaking into my cornea throughout the day, because I know this glitter is trying to come for me, trying to come for my vision, and it's not going to happen. If you want this to be a little bit of a lighter look, you could just leave it right here and go ahead and apply your mascara. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Antique Bronze again and my Cypress Umber mixed on this little Real Techniques. The name's gone, so now we'll never know what it is. And I'm just going to grab those two on the brush and bring it right underneath my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna grab my little Zoeva 231 brush. Yeah, 231, and I'm gonna mix it with red ochre and Venetian red right here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of that underneath the lower lash line. And last but not least, I'm gonna be grabbing that Buon Fresco color on my little Smith 230 brush once again. Tap off the excess, and then I'm going to go ahead and just run that quickly over the bottom. Just to smoke it out a little bit more. And then I'm grabbing Primavera right there on my little nubbin finger, and I'm just going to go boop and add a little bit of highlight to that inner corner. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara, and I'll show you guys the finished eye look. So this is the final eye look. So that is everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this look and learned something cool today. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments below, and I will get back to you guys. All right, peace out.